Good evening, everybody. Julie here. Just wanted to drop in and give another video. I did one earlier on Temu, and I wanted to do one more video for tonight. Gonna be an inspirational one. Sorry, my nose was itching. You know, life is tough sometimes, and God speaks to us in many different ways. And I shared something similar to this on my Facebook. And I had heard a song, and it's called Made for More. It's a Christian song. And it's talking about how you were made for more. And it really spoke to me. Because sometimes in life, we expect to be in a way different place than we are now. And for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Julie, and I didn't say that when I started out the video. And everybody knows I do Temu videos. I sell Avon, so I do Avon videos with some Avon products. I do child advocacy videos. I do inspirational videos. I do travel videos. Just kind of my daily life kind of stuff that I do. And there's probably other videos, inspirational, which is what this one's going to fall under. And I'm trying to switch to some life issues things too, because I've been watching Dr. Phil, and he's doing great. His new book, We've Got Issues, out, and then his new primetime show, which is on his app, Merit Plus. It's called Merit Street Media, but the app says Merit Plus on it. If you haven't watched it, if you haven't seen it, you definitely want to get it, and you definitely want to get the book. I think I've got it over here. You want this book, guys. It's an awesome book. But I just wanted to tell y'all that, and I forgot to introduce myself. For those of you who followed my channel a while, you knew that I lived here, you know, and I lived with my mom and my daughter, and her daughter were living with us, my granddaughter. And no, she's not my biological daughter. She's my goddaughter. And I love her like she's my own. Her mom's been gone for years, and I was a mother figure. And, you know, she called me, needed a safe place to go for her and the baby. And I was so excited. And, you know, my grandbaby calls me, she's going to call me Gigi when she gets old enough. And I went on vacation, and then 3 days after I got home from vacation, I was wondering, my daughter left that morning. She was going to fill out child support papers. And I was only working a short day, so I was going to just work a couple hours to help out. And I got home, and she wasn't home, and I thought that was strange because she was only going to go do the paperwork. I knew it would take a little while. And I thought, well, maybe she went to go see her brother, whatever, you know, and sister-in-law. And then she wasn't at home at 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, well, she's usually giving the baby a bath and getting the baby ready for bed. And then it was between 8 or 9, I got a call from her Nana. And she had passed away, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my ears. She had 3 years ago, had a heart and liver transplant. Didn't think she could have a baby, but what a blessing that baby is. And I was kind of angry. I'm like, God, how could you let this happen? She's got a baby. One of her brothers has the baby, and him and his wife are going to take care of the baby, adopt the baby. I think that's how it's going to work. You know, she was leaving a dangerous relationship, so we're trying to make sure that she stays here and safe. And I was hurt. You know, I went from having them both here to not having them both here. But the baby's adjusting well. She had her first birthday a couple weeks ago. But I was heartbroken. I'm still heartbroken. But I know that she's with Jesus. I feel it in my heart. And I feel that God put her here to put them in a safe place, because God knows what's going to happen before we do. And he brought the baby here where she'd be safe. These things don't catch God off guard. And I really, truly think that she's here where the baby would be safe. I really, honest to God, think God brought them here for that. So life doesn't go as we want it to. My life, I had planned much different things for my life. I was going to be married and have a wonderful husband and have children of my own. And those things didn't happen for me. Luckily, my best friend and sister, we called each other sisters. We weren't really sisters. And, you know, her kids were my kids. And I still have my little, not a little boy. He's a young man, married now. But, you know, I still have him. But biologically, they're not mine. So, but they're mine. And I love them like they're mine. I was in the delivery room with him when he was born. So, really, really mine. But I guess what I'm trying to say is things happen in this life that you are never going to understand. And sometimes you get in a place where you just feel totally lost. And I felt totally lost. I'm like, God, this isn't what I had planned for my life. God, this is not the way life was supposed to be. And I've had to hold on to some things. One, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And you know what? How many of us love Jeremiah 29:11? For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, to prosper and not harm you. So see, I may not understand the plan, and I don't know the plan, but he does. And I know that he is here with me. I know that some people don't believe, and I'm not going to hate on somebody that doesn't believe. I'm going to pray that one day that they know him, and one day that they know how much he loves them. Because God is good. He's a good God, and he's a forgiving God, and Lord knows I've messed up so many times. You just don't know. So for the past few weeks, I kept hearing that song, I was made for more. And I sat there thinking, you know what? I can sit here and feel sorry for myself, or I can get up and keep living life. And I'm going to choose to keep living life. And I have a lot of things that I want to do in this life. And I'm going to find a way to make my dreams come true. And we can sit here in our mess, or we can carry on. One of the reasons I've been so about this Dr. Phil thing is because I really would watch his show occasionally, but I was like, you know, he's probably way too extreme. You know, he's friends with Oprah, and I thought he was going to be way liberal. And I don't bash. I have lots of liberal friends, but I'm more conservative. And I was like, you know, thinking that, yeah, he's probably that way too. But this book and the things, the shows, him going to the border and everything, it's just amazing. It's the things that he's shown that people don't even realize what's going on. Lord, we've got a lot going on in this country. We need to wake up. So there's a lot of problems in life. And I think one of the biggest problems in life now is that it's always somebody else's fault. People don't take responsibility for the things that happen in their life. It's so easy to blame somebody else and not look and say, hey, maybe I'm part of the problem. We live in a society where what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. It doesn't make no sense, folks. Children are children and they should be left as children. They shouldn't be used as a political game. And maybe you don't agree with me, and that's fine. I don't care. But I feel like people are being canceled for saying their truth. It's not fair. We all are entitled to opinions. Everybody has one. And just because yours doesn't mind mine's not going to mean I'm going to bash you and tell everybody what a horrible person you are. Those kind of things are wrong, and that's what you're seeing all the day long. And now some people are really wrong. But is alienating them and causing them so much distress that they commit suicide the answer? Because that's what happens sometimes. People are bullies nowadays. So much going on in this country. You know, my daughter, she was fighting to get enough for her and the baby to live on. She so wanted to get her own place. But, you know, she's been on disability. She had a heart and liver transplant. You know, you can't just go back to a normal life after that. And I'm sorry, but $1,200 a month when you're giving people that are here, not even here legally, so much money, and somebody that's an American citizen can't get what they need to take care of themselves and their baby? That's wrong. And we've got to wake up and start fighting for this country. And listen, I have people on both sides of the aisle on some of the current issues. My Jewish friends getting hate. And I have people from the other side too. Palestine. Those people, they are decent people. They are good, decent people. And they're caught in a horrific war. A horrific. When people aren't even blaming the real cause for it. Hamas, a terrorist organization. You want to get mad at somebody? Israel's just defending themselves. I mean, all them young people that died at that concert, what, 1,300 people? And the women raped and murdered. And the kids, the whole families burned to death. It was horrible. Watch the video. Watch Dr. Phil's videos. He went there and show them what really happened there. And it'll open your eyes. That being said, everybody's against Israel right now, saying how horrible they are for bombing back and this, that, and the other. But they're the only people I've ever known that's in a war and sending pamphlets telling them to please leave, that on this such and such a date, they're going to be, you know, shooting bombs off. Dr. Phil talked to the Prime Minister. This is what they said, and I believe it. And those people are being used as pawns in a war that they didn't ask for. And it's not fair to the Palestinian people. It's not fair to the Israel people. We need to get rid of the Hamas, and I'm probably not saying it right. That's the evil factor. But that's not what you're going to hear on the news. You're going to hear all these college students that, it's funny because I've seen so many news reports and people go out and ask them, they don't even know what they're protesting for. And that's the sad thing. But that's some of life's ponderings. I maybe not call this inspiration now. It's going to be called Julie's Pondering again, because Julie's going way off board again, folks. I just care about today's issues, and I care about life, and I care about people. And I see friends getting hurt on both sides in all the different situations that are going on. We, the other one, immigration, we need the immigrants. But there's a way to do things, folks, and it's not fair to everybody who comes in here the right way to do it, to come in here the wrong way. What we need to fix is the process where it's easier for those who want to be here and want to be here legally. Then we fix the laws and make it a better process for them instead of just open the border, because we can't do that, folks. It's not working. And you know, if you say that we need to close the border and we need to do this, you're a hater. That's not true, because if you watch, and even it's not just the Dr. Phil show on this, lots of shows are, you can watch a lot of different programming that's telling you this. We're paying for our children that are coming over that border to be trafficked. The Border Patrol agent said they either have wristband or something taped to them. It gives a number, okay? They get here, we call the number. We don't vet that number. We don't know if that person's really related to them. You know what they are? They're traffickers. So then these young people are put into sex trafficking, labor trafficking. There's a difference. Look it up if you don't know, or look at one of my videos. I have it on there. I have all kinds of stuff on human trafficking. Not all kinds, but I've got videos on human trafficking. And sent to live a life that way. To be tortured daily. That's not right, folks. So we've got to get this right. And not only, there's so many people coming over that border. There are terrorists coming over that border. Fear for your country right now. There's people in here that we have no idea who they are. We have no idea where they are now. And that's dangerous. There should be warning bells going off in everybody's head. The other thing, children are children. Children don't need to know about sex. They don't need to know about, you know, things. They're children. They need to have fun playing and doing all kinds of things. They don't need to know all this stuff. And I'm sorry. Let me ask you. You're an adult. You've worked hard all of your life. You bought you a brand new Corvette. Or whatever fancy car of your dreams. That's just a lot of the people I know, they want a Corvette. I don't. Too small. But think of the car of your dreams. And you get that car of your dreams. And your 9-year-old little kid is going to say, well, I feel like I'm an adult. I feel like I'm a driver. And I'm going to drive that car. Would you say yes to that? I don't think you would. But you're going to let your child tell them they're not who they are? Oh, I'm not a girl. I'm a boy today. I'm not a boy. I'm a girl today. Folks, there's so much confusion going on. These kids, there are so many stories out there about these kids that they do this and they regret it. They want their life back the way it was before. They want their body parts back. And you know what? Once you take them off, you don't get them back. They have that mastectomy. There's no muscle tissue there. There's no way to put those back. So, you know, are we helping the children or are we hurting them? Plus, this is all unexplored medical stuff. These kids are being used as guinea pigs, okay? We don't know what the long-term effects are going to be. This has never been done before. So, you know, look at what's happening to these children now. They go and they talk to a counselor for 30 minutes and then they're all of a sudden getting these drugs that are going to alter their life. No matter what they tell you, those drugs are going to alter their life forever. Listen, once you are over the age of 21, do whatever you want. I don't care. You know, but you have to be 21 to smoke. You have to be 21 to drink. You have to be an adult to do these things for a reason. Same should go for the other one. And it's not fair. It's not fair to these children because you're harming them. And let me tell you, parents have a right to know. In all these states are passing these laws that the schools can keep their kids from telling the parents anything. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Until they're 18, their parents are in charge of taking care of them and helping them make decisions. That simple. And I know people, I've worked with people, and I know people that, you know, that live a different lifestyle. And I don't treat them any differently. They're people. They deserve love. Now, do I agree with it? Not necessarily. But I'm not going to hate on them, because God tells us to love everybody. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to love them. I'm going to pray that one day they see, you know, what they need to see, or what I feel they need to see. Because, you know, I can't make their decisions for them. So, but I'll love them anyways. And like I said, when they're adults, I don't care. But it's just not fair. We are bringing children into adult decisions that they don't have any part of needing to be making. So, you know, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. It's just, I feel so strongly about this, that children are being hurt. I've seen this show on detransitioning, and those poor kids. And Dr. Phil did one on Texas, where they were not allowed to do the gender affirming care, and the hospital was doing it anyways. And the lady, that she's married to a transgender person, and she was all about the cause. And then she became a whistleblower because these kids were calling back, crying and wanting their body parts back. Totally heartbreaking, folks, but it's a reality that these kids that change their minds, that are going through heck, they get bullied by those who are living the lifestyle, and it's not right. And somebody has to help speak against this. You know, once they're old enough, it's one thing, but I mean, they have children that they're teaching them this at some preschools. These kids don't understand what all this means. Why are we teaching them this? And then there's people say, my child's 5 years old and he knows that he's supposed to be a girl. I'm sorry. People are putting stuff in these children's heads, and it needs to stop. So, and if you are not paying attention to current situations, maybe you should be, because, you know, there are nice little Russian ships off the coast of Cuba. That's mighty close to our mainland. Can't remember if they're either ships or submarines. I can't remember, but they're Russian, and they're warships or war submarines or whatever, and they're off the coast of Cuba, which is what, 90 miles from our mainland? Does that not scare you? What about all the land that China is buying here in the United States? Tons of land. Tons and tons of land. And guess what? A lot of it's near our military installations. What about all these people coming over the border? Even the FBI said there's terrorists here. What about all that? Is anybody concerned about that? Am I the only one that's concerned about the things that are going on? Sometimes it seems like it. It's easy not to focus on that. It's to focus on, you know, they're so busy separating us because of all the different agendas going on that, you know, we're not paying attention to the other stuff that's going on. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm sorry that I lingered on so long. And maybe I won't get banned for sharing my views, my opinion. But remember my opinion on one thing. No matter what, whether you agree with me or you totally hate me, it's okay. Because God knows my heart. And I wish you the best in anything you do. And I will pray that God blesses you richly no matter what side of the aisle you're on. In the end, life is going to go the way it's going to go. And only God knows the answers. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. I've rambled on way too long. And I hope you have a very blessed night. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Please keep on. Give me a like. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my videos. Like I said, Temu videos, Avon videos, inspirational videos, daily life videos about views, child advocacy videos and travel videos, and just anything else I decide to make a video on. So I hope you'll watch again, and I hope that you have a very blessed week. Talk to you later. Bye.